where police say they're still trying to persuade the accused shooter to surrender.
The Minotaur 1 will soon launch from the eastern shore of Virginia, carrying a military satellite, the touching military tribute to the recipients of the Medal of Honor.
Well, after a gorgeous weekend, you're going to see higher temperatures and rain return to the forecast.
Now, WBOC News at 6, Delmarva's news leader.
The area of Greenwood has been closed off.
Armed and barricaded. That's the word from Delaware State Police about an alleged shooter in Sussex County. Good evening, everyone. I'm Lisa Bryant. This is WBOC News at 6. Well, we do have some breaking news tonight out of Sussex County, Greenwood. One person is dead tonight, another injured following a morning shooting in Sussex County. Police say they're trying to talk the alleged shooter into surrendering. Now, he took one woman hostage earlier this afternoon, but has since released her. WBOC Milton Bureau Chief Michael Lepardi joins us live from Greenwood. And Michael, nearby homes are also evacuated.
And Lisa, many of the neighbors spent the entire day here at the Greenwood Fire Department. You can see them behind us here. We learned about 20 minutes ago, police say that a female hostage was released, but many parts of Greenwood remain shut down in what has been a sad and frightening day for a lot of people. Police closed off most roads around Greenwood Sunday following a shooting on Water Street. Officers evacuated homeowners to the fire hall. Many have been here since the morning.
We just was upset about everything. The cops told us to get in the house right away, so we got in the house right away. But then later on they come and told us that we had to leave, so we've been up here to the fire hall ever since.
I've seen a lot of state troopers and stuff, and then I was called, sir, get back in your house. And I turned around and I seen all these troopers with guns everywhere, and that's pretty much what I know.
Crews stopped drivers from entering town. Blocks away, state police say a 67-year-old man is armed and barricaded inside a home. One woman is dead. A man was also shot and taken to the hospital. Outside, police trying to comfort neighbors.
If you need anything, just get a hold of one of these guys and they'll get a hold of you.
Many people sitting here left for church Sunday morning and never got home.
We're very, very family-oriented town, and we all stick together, and it's just a shame that this happened.
And people here say they're worried about their neighbors at the scene.
We're just hoping for the best, and hopefully today can get over without somebody else losing their life.
And police have not released the names of any victims here. Once again, police say within the last 20 minutes or so that female hostage was released, but officers are still trying to persuade the alleged shooter to surrender, and we'll keep you updated. For now, we're live in Sussex County. I'm Michael Lepardi, WBOC News, Greenwood.
And we will check back in with Michael Lepardi in Greenwood and Sussex County as this developing story continues to unwind. Meanwhile, police are trying to figure out who was killed in a car fire Saturday afternoon. Fire crews responded to a car engulfed in flames on Racetrack Road in Berlin. Investigators determined the victim was a male. The body has been sent to the state medical examiner's office for a positive identification on the victim found in Worcester County. Well, it's the largest rocket that will launch from Wallop's flight facility this summer, the Air Force Minotaur 1 rocket. On board that rocket, a military satellite. As WBOC's Kayla Ayers tells us, it's not only dedicated for military use, it's dedicated to those who fought with and in some cases lost their lives with the military.
This Minotaur rocket stands 70 feet tall. At the tip of it, a military satellite.
There is a tremendous team, Air Force, the ORS office, Goodrich, ATK, and Orbital Sciences all partnered together to meet a warfighter need. They did whatever it took to get it done as fast as they possibly could.
It can take years to get a project like this together, but in just 31 months, this project went from authorization to reality.
And typically you see 8, 9, 10, 12 years before you finally get from the start of the program to when they actually are able to launch it.
The satellite is ORS-1. It's the first operational satellite for the Department of Defense's Operationally Responsive Space Office. ORS-1 was built to aid in the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq. Dr. Peter Wegner is the director of the ORS office. The satellite is dedicated to military use, but it's also dedicated to the men who have completed amazing feats for the military.
They came back and said, why don't we we name this in honor of all the Medal of Honor recipients from Afghanistan and Iraq.
Dr. Wegner says all but 2 of those awarded have been awarded posthumously.
Those people literally gave their lives in service to the country. It's one small thing that we've been able to do to honor that sacrifice.
Reporting from Accomack County, Kayla Ayers, WBOC News, Wallops Island.
And the launch of the Minotaur 1 is scheduled for Tuesday evening. The launch window in Accomack County continues through July 10th for this 70-foot-tall rocket. Making national headlines tonight, the first votes in the nomination race for the 2012 presidential election happened in February, and a new poll out of Iowa shows Tea Party favorite Michelle Bachmann a strong contender, at least for now. Susan McGinnis reports from New York.
The race for the Republican presidential nomination is heating up. A new poll conducted for the Des Moines Register shows Minnesota Congresswoman Michelle Bachmann as one of the top choices among likely caucus goers in 2012. Former Massachusetts Governor Mitt Romney has the support of 23% of likely caucus goers, but Bachmann is right behind with 22%.
It confirms what we were hearing on the ground. We're gratified, but we know it's still a long road ahead. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
While early polls generate excitement, they don't always predict the outcome. Mitt Romney led the Des Moines Register poll in 2007, but lower-ranked Mike Huckabee actually won the Iowa caucuses.
At this early point in a crowded race, some in the GOP are hesitant to jump on any bandwagon.
I like all of the candidates, but I'm going to keep an open mind.
We are excited about going to Iowa.
Bachmann will ride the momentum into a formal campaign announcement on Monday. And like her fellow Republicans, she's making the economy her top issue.
We're on the wrong track. My focus will be on turning the economy around and job creation.
Bachmann is formally declaring her candidacy in Waterloo, Iowa, where she was born. She says her native ties give her an advantage with socially conservative voters who are expected to play a big role in the caucuses there next year. In New York, Susan McGinnis, WBOC News.
Michelle Bachmann is dismissing warnings that the U.S. is on the brink of economic calamity as the government nears its borrowing limit. The Minnesota Congresswoman says those who are pushing to raise the debt ceiling are using, quote, scare tactics. Well, if you heard the clip-clop of hooves this weekend in Wicomico County, you weren't mistaken. The Wicomico Equestrian Center at Winter Place Park hosted one of their largest annual shows yesterday and today. The show manager says more than 100 horses and ponies traveled to town for the show, with more than 500 people in tow. One trainer from the Eastern Shore of Virginia says shows like this give her kids something to work for.
We love to come up here. It's a really beautiful facility. It just gives her something to aim for. It gives me some goals to give her so that each show she can do a little bit better and a little bit better, and some things to practice for.
This was the 16th annual anniversary show for the Wicomico County Equestrian Center. Well, we'll have more on the situation developing in Greenwood. That's coming up. And you may call it drive-through health care. How some people in the healthcare community say they can help drug addicts in as little as 15 minutes. WBOC News at 6. We'll be right back. Heading back to our top story, a developing story coming out of Greenwood tonight in Sussex County. That's where one person is dead, another injured following a morning shooting in Greenwood. And we're going to check back in with WBOC's Michael Leparty, who is live in Greenwood right now. And Michael, obviously a tense time for people in that Sussex County town tonight.
Yeah, some very frightening moments here today. What we can tell you is the latest is that many roads in the Greenwood area are still closed off following this morning shooting. We do know, as you said, that one woman was shot and killed. A separate person, a man, was also shot but treated for his injuries. And we learned within the last hour or so that a female hostage who was inside this home was released, and police say that she was not harmed. Police are not releasing the names of any victims so far. Just to recap here, we can tell you this all started around 10 o'clock this morning on Water Street in Greenwood, and in their last update, police told us they were still trying to persuade the accused shooter to surrender to authorities. Dozens of people have actually spent the day here where we are at the Greenwood Fire Department, and that's because officers evacuated the surrounding neighborhood near that Water Street home earlier today. So a lot of people left for church this morning, and they still have not been able to come home or go home, but luckily they've been here at the Greenwood Fire Department, and firefighters have been taking care of them. But as you said, Lisa, there's certainly been some very tense moments here in the area today.
Michael, this is not a very big town, and we're going to keep you up to date on what's going on there. Keep you live on the scene for just a little bit. Right now, we're going to check in with our forecast. Oh, there you are. Sorry. Let's get to our forecast in just a few moments. I wanted to go back to one of the people that you spoke with earlier today had said that, you know, everybody knows everybody in this town. Are they talking about what happened? Are they, you know, obviously in shock, but what are they saying?
Yeah, and that's a good way to put it, because I think most of the people here, in fact, many of the neighbors sitting behind us here, they know a lot about what happened. They know the family involved. Out of respect and also just to make sure we get it right, we are waiting for police to confirm a lot of that information. But this is a very small town. People know each other. And certainly there's a lot of concern for the family involved and just the neighbors also. In a community like this, everybody knows each other, so news travels fast, even when you are kept away from your home. There's a lot of concern going around here today, and people are trying to keep their spirits up, even though this has been a very tragic day all around, Lisa.
All right, and the police we saw are there, and they are talking to the people. They are doing press conferences, you said?
Police have been giving us regular updates, and the firefighters here in Greenwood, along with state troopers, have been doing their best just to keep people calm and just, you know, try and take care of them through this situation. If you're coming down Route 13 here through the Sussex County corridor, especially Greenwood, you will see you can't get into town. DelDOT crews have blocked off most of the roads, but in a community like this where people know each other, they are trying to take care of each other and just, you know, get through what's been a pretty tough day here.
All right, thank you so much, Michael Leparty, live in Sussex County tonight. And of course, we're going to keep him on the scene as this story develops. Right now, let's get a check on our forecast with meteorologist John Trout.
Yeah, very slight chance of showers for Monday in the forecast. Better chance of rain on Tuesday. Now, we do have a few stray showers floating around out there tonight over around the Baltimore area, and you can see some showers here around the Richmond, Virginia area tonight as triple track Doppler radar takes us around the region. There you are in central Pennsylvania, down towards Richmond and over towards Fredericksburg as we check triple track Doppler radar tonight, but we're not going to see any of that. Our highs today, very nice as we hit about 87 degrees in Ocean City today. For the rest of us in the mid-80s, we were right on track for those seasonal averages today. Our seasonal average this month, 85 for the daytime high, 64 for the overnight low. And here's the way things shake out over the next 7 days. We're looking at 90s to return on Tuesday with a warm front moving in. With that increased warmth, though, comes an increased chance of rain as a cold front moves in Tuesday late afternoon and into Tuesday evening. Could see some maybe intense rain associated with this, perhaps some severe storms. Lisa?
All right, it is summer. All right, well, Delmarva can't claim her as their own, but the new Miss Maryland is crowned. Hagerstown local Carly Colella will represent Maryland at the 2012 Miss America pageant. Colella receives $10,000 as scholarships, prizes, and gifts. She's also credited the 2010 Miss Maryland as her inspiration. Very, very beautiful woman there. And of course, that happened in Hagerstown, so she got to do that in front of all of her hometown fans.
Not exactly Delmarva, but still close enough. Still close enough.
Okay, and of course, we had Miss Delaware a couple weeks ago.
Yes, we did.
And so we're getting ready for the whole.
I'm looking forward to the pageant.
Okay, yeah, I was waiting for you to say that. I know you're waiting.
You set me up all night.
I did. Don't forget, for news anytime, you can get it now on WBOC.com. And of course, CBS Evening News is up next. We'll see you back here tonight. We'll have the latest on that developing story out of Greenwood. Hope you have a good night, everyone.